good morning. Now, if you like to start your day or start your morning on the right foot, then there is just one thing you need to do. So, well, they're good habits. Being part of Wake Up Nigeria is one of them. You should take that very seriously.
Absolutely correct. It's Friday. Welcome to a very special edition of the best thing happening on television right now.
Yes, it is.
Wake Up Nigeria.
We have quite a couple of things interesting lined up for you today, so you need to stay right there till the very end. You can't afford to miss any of this, trust me. My name is Sensitize.
And mine's Yomi Ope. Of course, you can stream with us live right now on TVC Entertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Those comments can be sent in as soon as you're set to send them. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC for all our social media platforms.
Yeah, our app is also available. Just search for it on your app store, whichever it is, iOS or Android. Look for TVC Connect.
Yeah? So, being a Friday, you know it's coming, you know.
It's coming soon.
It's game day! So, you need to make sure you're with us. We're going to be starting with some good music. Starting our show today is our first musical performer.
Yeah, and that's coming from singer, alternative singer,
Yeah.
Obinna Ewulu.
You know you drive me crazy. Baby, come around on the lazy.
For our second musical performance, we have Afro-pop artist Oyoyo Lee.
We got a knowledge together. I'm a rock it together. Oh yeah. I'm a great together. Mama, maybe.
For unique and the latest designs in the world of fashion, stick around as House of Irawo is back with us to give us, show us some of their amazing trendy pieces.
That's not all. We still have more music. In fact, when we say music, we mean gospel soul singer Tara.
And much later on the show, we will be having a veteran, someone who is so many things in the world of entertainment and broadcasting. He's, there he is on your screen. The one and only Charlie Boy, aka Area Father.
Charlie Boy is really coming.
Charlie Boy is on the
He's
show today.
coming to the
It
studio.
should be Charlie Man or Charlie
Oh,
Father
really?
or Charlie Grandfather. or
I'm just looking forward to actually seeing him live.
You've never seen him live.
No, I mean,
You've
right
met
here.
him. You've never met him?
No, I've never met him, but I've seen
Oh.
him live before. Several
Okay,
times.
okay.
I'm saying right here on the show.
It's going to be interesting. Of course, if you have questions for him, it would be nice for you to send them in on social media. If you have questions for Charlie Boy, we'd love to, ask him one or two of your questions. Use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Someone like a veteran who probably 40-year career, if you look at it.
Yeah.
Probably early 80s, so let's say maybe 35 to 38 years that has been around and still
entertainment
strong, became an activist.
Yeah.
Speaking up for different issues depending on what it is. So initially, he started with like artists' rights. Talking about how artists should be paid, what is due to them, and all of that. And later, it then moved to other things, pressuring
full-blown
government
activism
and
and
things
all
like
What I used to like was the fact that he used to trend without social media. Like he would just do something and people are talking about him.
Yeah.
There's no social media platforms to carry on this conversation, but these conversations continue. And you're not even understanding why people are still talking, but he just used to trend.
Yeah, I remember him as being some sort of a platform for Tunde and Wumi Obe.
Yeah.
When they, there's this their show.
The Charlie Boy show.
They
Charlie
had,
Boy show.
at one point where they have candid camera, and they always had some very interesting parts of the show and all that.
Wasn't it a very, very interesting guy? So there were a few cultural fads that he also brought into Nigeria. So the punk cultural fad, which was popular in Europe, where because in Nigeria nobody had ever seen colored hair. Like
No, colored
just
hair.
go and color your hair. Like that's crazy in the 80s, So he brought that leather jackets,
Leather
was
jackets.
something else that
At one point, it was
that was strange in Nigeria.
power bike, it was the
Power bikes were also
get Okada. So he has chilled down a bit, but I know this Okada band, he would have normally wanted to say something because that time when he comes in, you just see like 200, 300 Okada.
Exactly.
Behind him.
Following that.
That's why they called him Area Father.
Area Father, you know, and all of that. So he has been an entertainment icon.
So I mean, it really moved a lot of trends. For me, I think he's like Nigeria's Prince.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about Prince and being very different from the average individual, just doing his thing without minding what anybody
wants to say. And
wants
you
to
know,
say.
the whole
Just
go about
does
your
his thing.
father is as a then when the father was still alive, your father is this, you know, justice of the Supreme Court and all of that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to maintain some level of decorum and all of that. When that's daddy's own.
Let daddy do his own. I'm going to do mine. It
Yeah.
was, you know, I think it's also very instructive. You know, sometimes, you know, because it wasn't like his father ever disowned him. Like his father embraced that. Look, this is my son, and it wasn't. It was a big deal for him that his son was also doing very well in his own space.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fantastic.
It's so when they say veteran, that word veteran is being used the right way when you make reference to Charlie Boy. He'll be here later on the show. You don't want to miss it. And we have to take the news now. Yomi, it's all yours.
Yes, indeed. Now we'll begin the news this hour with reports of another bank robbery that took place in Ile Oluji, part of Ondo State, on Thursday and left at least 4 persons dead. The armed men used dynamite to gain entrance into the Old Generation Bank at about 4 p.m. Though the state police is yet to confirm the exact number of casualties, the spokesman says policemen have been deployed to the scene of the incident. Local hunters are also on the trail of the robbers. Less than 24 hours after a counter-terrorism operation at the Kuduru forest of Kaduna State, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has deployed a team of investigators from the force headquarters to look into the criminal enterprise of the group of bandits and their associates. Earlier in the week, police carried out a raid on the forest where a most wanted kidnapper and his bandits commanders were part of the over 200 bandits that were killed. The police had reported that a helicopter which was shot at by the bandits was safely returned to base while the injured pilot is responding to treatment. In spite of the successes of the operation, one inspector, Mohammed Abubakar, attached to the police special forces, regrettably died as a result of injuries sustained in the heat of combat. 13 other officers made up 2 superintendents and 1 deputy superintendent, 4 inspectors, and 6 surgeons, including the pilot and co-pilot of the helicopter, sustained different degrees of injuries and are currently receiving treatment. The IGP described the fallen officer as one of the finest specially trained personnel. He urged citizens living in and around Birnin-Gwari axis of Kaduna State to be on the lookout for fleeing bandits, especially those with bullet wounds, and report every suspicious behavior to the police. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari will depart Abuja today, Friday, to attend the 33rd Ordinary Session of Heads of State and Government of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This was contained in a press statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. He said the President will join leaders from the 55 member countries of the AU to participate in the summit with the theme Silencing the Guns, Creating Conducive Conditions for Africa's Development. President Buhari will also attend the 29th Forum of Heads of State and Government of participating states of the African Peer Review Mechanism meeting. He's expected back in Abuja next Wednesday. Meanwhile, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Ebun Olu Adegborua, has also thrown his weight behind the Lagos state government over the ban imposed on motorcycles and tricycles in some parts of the city. In his words, security outweighs convenience. Mr. Adegborua had asked Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to continue to make provisions for alternatives to ameliorate the hardship that the ban may have caused. In a press release signed on Wednesday, the thrust focused on reports of robbery, violence, and accidents and other social vices associated with motorcycles, especially which the legal practitioner said cannot be ignored. According to Mr. Adegburua, the security of life is surely more important than the temporary inconvenience that may attend the restrictions. He also said that the environmental impact of motorcycles and tricycles also lend credence to the restriction. He has also urged that the restrictions be maintained for viable alternative means of transport to be provided to alleviate the sufferings of commuters. The Osun State government says it will put an end to the practice of female genital mutilation in the state. And this was disclosed at a program to mark the 2020 International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation. Rafiu Mohammed completes this report.
6th of February every year is set aside as International Day of Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation by the United Nations since 2003. Towards ensuring that an end is put to FGM, Osun State government in 2004 banned the practice. Despite promulgation of laws prohibiting the practice, Osun remains the state with highest prevalence rate in the country with 67%. At this program organized by the state government, the State Commissioner for Women and Children Affairs speaks on efforts being put in place to reverse the trend.
We have been to local areas, local government areas. We have been to the grassroots. We have empowered trainers of trainers, to go out. We have recruited advocates and campaigners, to go out and say that female genital mutilation is bad and that there should be an end and a stop to it.
It is deadly. It is not what is good for our girl child. So we are trying to secure the future of girl child by conducting sensitization activities in every aspect: churches, schools, mosques, marketplaces, and by the grace of God, before 2030, we are going to achieve the goal.
A resource person at the program, Sueba Babalola, solicit cooperation of all and sundry towards putting an end to female genital mutilation.
And what we have been telling people even before today is to put an end to this local practice, because it's barbaric, it's an old culture which is supposed not to be carried on to the incoming generation.
The female genital mutilation is not good, and we can end it together by telling those people that they don't have knowledge of it that it is a crime for them.
I've learned that female genital mutilation is bad, and it is not good for parents to do it for their young ones after giving birth to them.
The event was attended by market women, women leaders, and students of public schools. Anyone caught engaging in female genital mutilation in the state stands the risk of being imprisoned for 2 years. This is the reason stakeholders are calling for an end to the practice. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Osogbo.
Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's see what the weather is like, and after that, a quick break. Yes, indeed. Now, today is February 7, 2020, and we're starting with The Guardian, with the headlines in The Guardian.
Okay, so The Guardian has this headline. It says, confusion over Senate's bid to review Constitution. Oyebode, others fault lawmakers' power to carry out task. It's another opportunity to restructure nation, it says. YCE, Ohaneze, seek return to confab report. NCP others kick as INEC deregisters 74 political parties. Commission fixes dates for Edo-Ondo governorship elections. Moving to the bottom of the page there, it says, Fashola, Arase, Banire, canvas community policing high tech to combat crimes. Abacha's loot was oil revenue from Niger Delta, says Clark. It also says here, soldiers allegedly torture man to death over 50 naira egg in Plateau. Now that just sounds like an overwhelming story. And finally, 2 policemen, others killed in Ondo bank robbery. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
Yeah, we've got the Punch here. Talking politics in their headlines. 74 parties lose registration, set to battle INEC in court. Commission axes Fayomi's NCP, Okotie's FDP, Kowa, 71 others. Edo governorship election for September 19, Ondo, October 10. And a few other stories. External debt servicing gulps $1 billion in 9 months, says DMO. And a minister's agency is working at cross purposes. Economic team says. Amotekun recruitment form out next week, says Akeredolu. And foreign reserves dropped by $4.47 billion in 2019, the CBN says. And NECO releases results. 52% fail to obtain 5 credits. We need to talk about this later. Sultan rubbishes Operation Shege Kafasa outfit. And Buhari inducts Augusta helicopters and promises to re-equip military. And the federal government allocates 620 million naira to stop coronavirus outbreak. And finally, Lagos serves stop work order on Magodo Greenbelt buildings. That's what we have on the cover of The Punch.
We have this day newspaper in hand, or on hand as well. It says, Buhari pledges more funding, equipment for armed forces, procures 22 aircraft, expects additional 17. President's Economic Advisory Council laments slow growth rate. That story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 10. Meanwhile, political parties kick as INEC deregisters 74. Federal government to receive $308 million Abacha assets in April, says Malami Orji. And I'll wrap with this. Disease Control Center intensifies measures to check coronavirus. That's what we have on the cover of this day newspaper.
All right, let's look at the Vanguard. Decimation of Boko Haram. Prominent northern leaders disagree with Buhari air chief. And Yakasai, Balarabe Musa, Junaid, Dogara, others fault president. Sexual assault. Police confirm arrest of OAU lecturer. And federal government slashes visa fees for U.S. citizens. And Ondo bank robbery. 2 policemen, 2 others killed. That's a sad one. And finally, on the cover of the Vanguard this morning, Imo, reverse your verdict, it had your heart, tells Supreme Court. And that's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard this Friday.
And it's once again about time for us to take a quick break. We have the traffic update coming your way in a bit.
Thank you for staying tuned. It is time for Lagos traffic update on Wake Up Nigeria. We are about to give tips on the best routes for you this morning to get to your destination faster. Now, as always, we encourage that you help other road users by dropping relevant traffic situation reports on all our social media pages. Of course, using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. All right, this morning, we're going to start off from motorways to Obalende on that bridge. From what I can see, it's not so bad after all. The usual 1 hour, 30 minutes. Monday was horrible, right? Monday was actually about 1 hour, 30 minutes or even more to get to Obalende on the bridge all the way from motorways. Well, this morning, it's not so bad. It will take you just about 1 hour, 5 minutes to get to your destination. And I'm not even kidding. So as it is, areas to look out for, you just need to be very careful when driving. The Third Mainland Bridge isn't so bad. So you really have nothing to worry about. I'm sure you'll be just fine getting to your destination. So from motorways all the way to Obalende Bridge, just an hour, 5 minutes. It's pretty good to go this morning. So if you woke up late, hey, it's your lucky day after all. Titi, Yomi, Mike, updates for me?
We were really just enjoying the fact that you were doing the traffic report, Mary, because we're always like so confident you got
you
this.
guys had your mouth full. I just couldn't resist throwing it to
you did actually catch us unawares. But
Mary,
as
how many times did I call you?
Mary. When I'm here giving traffic updates, you guys are having breakfast, cake and coffee, cake and tea. What were you thinking?
Okay. So
give
there's
us
an update
updates
here. There's an update here.
Okay.
Well, a sad one. Well, it's not really sad. It's just an odd one. That's the first thing that comes up. It talks about a police checkpoint on Amadou Bello Way and descent of Falomo Bridge that's constituting a nuisance because of traffic, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's causing delays. That says that 2 minutes ago. It also says Third Mainland Bridge is quite heavy all the way from Unilag Waterfront to Adekunle to Adeniji. So you might want to take an alternative route. This is from our traffic chief. And yeah, that's what I have now.
Okay, so a few updates here from Traffic Butter. If you talking about Iju, Agege, Ogba, Berga. So those areas, so steady moving traffic, so a steady flow of traffic, not too bad, not too tight this morning. So that's not bad. And that was at 6:16 a.m. So which is about 20 minutes ago. So all the way, Ishaga, Balogun, Gudugba, Lonlo, I don't know what that means. St. Kizito, Fagba, that whole axis is it's steady flowing. So it's good this morning. So if you're taking the kids to school or anything like that, it's not too shabby. Also, Penn Cinema, the U-turn through the estate or Bagunji Road, also not bad at all. So this was about 10, 15 minutes ago. So if you're going through that axis, it's good at this time. But you know also, it builds up steadily from about 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. So that's because that's the only road that leads out of that area. So also be careful along that axis as well.
Okay. It does seem like we'll be having our conversation a little early this morning. Network provider is misbehaving this morning. So I'm just going to come join you guys in the kitchen, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Mary, I thought Mary had her own personal GPS somewhere in her. She just knew.
Or like last mile whispers in her ear.
Yeah, like maybe she has someone on the road speaking directly into her ear, you know?
Yeah.
Anyhow.
So, reports were dispelled yesterday of. Wait, do we ever talk sports during this coffee gist? How don't we talk sports?
You actually can, but...
Okay,
hey.
just outside, Barca Real Madrid were knocked out yesterday from a Copa del Rey. And on the same day, very, very strange. They both lost, and for the first time in 10 years, none of the two top Spanish giants are going to be in the semi-final.
First time in 10 years, wow.
Yeah. So that's for the underdog. So we're there for the underdog. That's one. Two, of course, our jersey, we've been talking about it. Yeah. You guys like it? You guys like it?
I love the jersey.
I like it.
Yeah.
I actually do.
Like it.
It's fun.
Do you like it,
It's
though?
not boring at all.
I do. I know we
Why
have...
is everybody saying negative stuff about it?
Omar Katuba, who will be with me later on the show. We'll talk about the jersey also. But you see, we've had eyes on us, and there's something about the totem. For the Americans, a flag is a totem.
Yeah.
You understand? So the flag signifies, so it's a unifying factor. And for me, let's all glean whatever positive we can when it comes to Nigeria. Let's glean as much of it as possible. A unifying factor. I mean, the sport is something that an atheist, Babalawo, a Christian, even a terrorist, everybody can identify. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's a unifying factor. So the jersey has become some sort of a totem. So that even when we don't wear the jersey and we don't play, we say, oh, it's because we didn't wear our jersey. So it's becoming a totem, and we should.
I think it's good. I also like the fact that it's probably one of the only jerseys that will be authentic African, because it has the authentic African.
Yes. True.
Yes. I just wished it was made here. But even though,
we don't have the technology yet.
Yeah, we don't.
Like by last
but
World
soon
Cup,
enough.
what they did. I mean, you're talking about jerseys that have cooling vents. Now, then they now went further. So there's some that when it's cold, the jersey will make it hot.
Yes. Yeah.
They now,
It's
you understand?
so
And
crazy.
then it now goes as far as even helping if you don't breathe so well. There are
helps you
jerseys,
breathe.
aerodynamics and all that involved.
I don't know whether
Martins
it's what
inside.
he's wearing, but I'm just
Martins.
imagining that the next Nigerian jersey
Ankara.
being designed, no, not Ankara fabric, but this print, because of the green, and then maybe the background can be white.
This Ankara, if you play in this Ankara,
Uncle, calm down.
you
I'm
play
not talking
football
about the
well.
material, Joe. I'm talking about the design.
Okay, the
So
design,
yes,
yeah.
that's what
I
I'm
wanted to
saying.
mention-
Looks quite like
If you wear this
something
Ankara, it's like eating
we could
eba
use.
before a match.
I wanted to
It's not gonna
even
work.
say, you know, we have some of our friends in the East that have probably already done their own.
No, they
By
haven't
now.
done it.
They've
It's already
probably
on sale.
It's already like
You will go to some markets
go
and you
to-
are ready. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, no, don't let them come after me.
no, but the truth is, I appreciate the fact that, you know, it's probably already going to be on the streets right now, and people are going to want to wear it, you know. But there was also one thing I wanted to say, you know, Reminisce was nominated as Best Supporting Actor for King of Boys in the AMVCA. And I'm like, what? It's one of the first times you find a performing artist being nominated for a movie role of this magnitude.
Yeah.
King of Boys.
Fowles has done it twice, so
Yeah, but
Kudos.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
I get
Fowles
it.
and his skits, you see him as an actor, but Reminisce, you don't see him as an actor.
You see him more as just a performer.
And this was like his debut
Yeah,
in a
debut
film
role.
and all that, yeah.
yeah,
Really
this
great.
kind of nominations.
Good luck
Cool
to
one.
him.
Yeah.
Cool one, I must say.
And,
But you know, the thing about AMVC is that, which it's a good thing, yeah, but I would normally always say it's viewers' choice. For me, it is not a it's not a standard that it was excellent, because it's about viewers' choice. You don't have a board like the Motion Picture Arts and Science that will vote for
I get it.
professionalism.
I get it.
Yeah.
So let's go Valentine,
have
yeah?
something we've been talking about throughout the week, because Valentine's is next week, people.
Yes,
It's next
indeed.
week.
Yes, indeed.
Exactly a week from now.
Exactly a week
Exactly
from now.
That's right.
And you know, did you know about the harp? You know what a harp looks like. You know.
Yeah,
how it-
yeah.
And Cupid carries a harp sometimes. You know.
That
sound.
Cupid, eh?
Yeah. But a
have
harp
shot some bad arrows for
is
you, but-
considered a symbol.
I thought it was a...
No, so it does carry a
Sometimes
harp sometimes.
a harp.
But
Okay,
sometimes you
carries
see
a
with the
harp.
harp.
Yeah.
Then sometimes the boy.
But they should give that Cupid cloth.
So it's sort of like lyrical art. You know?
Okay,
It's
okay.
sort of like poetry. It's a symbol of love, and
Yeah.
the music it also has this mythical thing.
Yeah, so it shares mythical connection to the Celts, representing the bridge of love connecting heaven and earth. I like that.
Okay, so I don't
Sounds
understand what's
poetic.
going on. Why are you guys so poetic this morning?
So that's what happens. So when you go, I'll give you guys lyrics. So when you just say babe on Valentine's Day, baby.
So
you
Mary,
know, you know about. Wait, calm down now.
Calm down, we're
Titi.
acting here.
Baby, do you know about Cupid and the harp of love?
Can you tell me about it?
It's Celtic.
They will chase us out.
Talking
of the
about
studio.
sonorous.
You guys go on.
So I'll give you lyrics for
in
Valentine.
case you didn't know, in the Green Isles, the Irish observed that playing the harp required the instrument to be cradled close to your heart. You know,
right.
It's sort of this reinforced the harp as a symbol of love. So you know, it's like right here, and you have to. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. That's good. So yesterday we talked about 2 totems, and then today we're also talking about 1. So today is the harp. Yesterday we talked about the apple
Yeah, the apple.
and one other thing.
So when somebody just bring a harp, apple
Cupid.
together,
Cupid.
just know that something's about to go
I
down.
don't think Tony Braxton
Apple.
agrees with you.
Wow. Okay.
Because you guys are talking of harp, but she's talking about Spanish git.
All join now.
You know
When
what?
you are playing
Yeah.
Spanish
Mary
guitar.
went somewhere else just now.
That's one of the best.
Okay, so the heart also is a love totem, and likely the most common symbol for love, and certainly the most recognizable. I mean, it's even an emoji now. You just send it to someone, double heart, triple heart, and things like that. Anyway, the heart has long been recognized across cultures as being a symbol for charity, joy, and compassion.
Yeah. The heart is so easy to find. There are even special ways to draw it.
Yeah.
It's something you can send to someone and it'll make the person's mood change, you know. And people, for years, for decades have been wondering why this symbol is so emphatic of love.
Well, you know that's not how the heart is really shaped.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the actual heart?
Yes, the actual heart. Even though it has the chambers and all that, two major chambers for the body, you know that shape.
The sad part is the part of the body that is actually shaped like a heart is one that we can't mention here. You guys should just go on.
So it's deep. I think it's also deep and very symbolic in that no matter what culture you're in, once you say heart, people know what you mean. Like, for instance, in Yoruba, people say ayami. In
or is that okon?
Okon.
Yeah.
Okon. Aya is chest.
Yeah, okon.
no, when you say aya, you mean heart. You don't mean chest.
Your heart and chest. It's
Ayami is chest.
synonymous.
Ayami is my wife, but Ayami is my chest. Like, Ayami,
My chest. So when we
No, but when people say my chest, they actually mean my heart. But
Yeah,
anyway,
of course.
so in a culture like this, you would find that, and then even in probably Hausa language as well, when you say Ray, it means like the soul, like the heart, you know, and even in other cultures as well.
in Portuguese, it's corazon.
Corazon. You hear that in every single telenovela now. Corazon.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it meant heart.
They're trending now.
Wow.
See, yesterday they were watching plenty. This is their season.
Yes, so.
Woo!
Season
of love. Yeah, so.
Okay, so we gave
Saison
you
de corazon.
so we gave you two love totems, two extra love totems today. The harp and the heart, as the heart shape or whatever.
So mischievous stuff before we go off. I've always thought that the reason February was chosen as the month of love is because it's the shortest month in the year. And so they are being realistic about love sometimes.
Wow. How short.
Punch line.
Okay.
Right, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Stay with us. When you think of our very first performer today, the first thing that comes to your mind is Mama Tete, because his name is Oyoyo Lee. Now, Oyoyo Lee is an Afro-pop artist who is from Ogun State. Now, as a fast-rising artist who started making music in 2017, of course, we'd like to know more about his journey and some common challenges young talents face in the industry. But first, what are you performing for us this morning?
Jekaju.
Jekaju. Okay, so you wrote Jekaju yourself, right?
Yes.
How did the inspiration come for Jekaju?
Jekaju, I didn't really, but I wanted to go and do Never Leave My Side at studio. So I just got there. My money was not enough to make the beat and some other things. Okay. So the producer just knocked one of his beats for me. So I just said that, okay, let me freestyle to this one.
And then you freestyled it.
I freestyled.
You know what? I was going to ask you so many questions, but the way you just said it, knock, I said, yeah, you have to knock this thing now. So I'm going to let you perform, okay?
Okay.
Take it away.
No evil. I'ma close my eyes, I see no evil. When I close my ear, I hear no evil. Baby me, I don't no evil. Jekaju, baby me, Jekaju.
Welcome to the second hour of the show. What's funny?
Sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna push you out of
Why?
this.
Why? You're the one wearing
frame
red.
right
It's the
now.
season of love. Yomi has a touch of red. I was even trying to hold back till next week. You decided to start this week, so it's
But
all
this,
you.
This red just happened, all right?
Really?
And the rose is a perfect symbol of love because it represents all things sacred and pure and romantic. Why didn't somebody give me a rose to hold? So that
Yeah, something, you
Yeah.
know, there's some flowers up there. But in Western traditions, the rose is a symbol of passion, desire, and physical perfection. is also a very common symbol of eternal life and resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, a rose.
So that's the
is
third thing.
still a
Is that the
rose.
third totem we're mentioning?
Today, yes. That
Okay,
is the
so
third totem. Yeah.
we talked about the harp, we
Yeah.
talked about the heart,
Heart,
shape,
and then
we talked about the rose. So yeah.
We are not sure if you've sent in your messages yet, but if you haven't, we're offering you the chance to meet someone special through a blind date. You could just meet your soulmate right here on the show.
Wow.
Send in your name, your location, age, picture, and you'll need to mention 3 love totems that have been mentioned on the show.
On the show, yeah. And Titi is totally in charge of all your responses. So please do respond, and
I'll take that responsibility, I think.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on the show. 1 hour has gone by very quickly already, and we have an hour, 45 minutes left. My name is Yomi Owokwe.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. We're streaming live at tvcentertainment.tv and Facebook Live at TVC Connect.
Yeah, send in your comments, send in your DMs as well to us regarding the Valentine's celebrations. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. You can find us everywhere.
Yeah, we also have an app available for you to download so you can watch out for more of these love totems throughout the show. Apple, iOS, or even Android store has it. You need to have that app on your mobile devices right now.
And already things are happening in the kitchen. I think it's going to be special today. But Mary should give us some more information.
All this talk about food, and I'm wondering why you love. I don't know why you guys haven't mentioned food. Like the biggest love in the world is the love for food.
Yes, sir.
You agree, right?
Yes, I do.
See,
Food
Chef
is a
Shehu
love totem.
agrees. You see? Thank you for joining us. I can't wait to
My pleasure.
get started with you. What are we having for breakfast?
We are having a Saru Continental.
Asaro. This is just in fact, let's just say a tip of the iceberg. If you know the number of things we're going to load this table with, you'll be amazed. Asaro Continental.
With Iru sauce.
With Irus. There's nothing you will not learn on this show. You haven't seen anything yet.
Love it.
So
I love it. I'm looking forward to it.
Umataleno.
Omataleno, I like it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Umataleno.
Nice one.
So Asharo Toma Taleno is going to be coming up soon. And
We still have a second musical performance for you today, though.
Yeah. So while the music is playing, Owambe Spicy will be cooking. Alte singer Obina Ewulu will be here soon.
Baby, come around on the lazy.
For unique and latest designs in fashion, you need to stick around. House of Irawo will be showcasing some of those awesome ready-to-wear pieces.
That's not all. We have some more music for you from gospel and soul singer Tara.
Then later on, we'll be having a veteran, someone who is so many things in the world of entertainment and broadcasting, Charlie Boy, aka Area Father.
You know, talking about Charlie Boy, the moment you mention it, you think of eccentricities, right? And one eccentric thing happening today, I'll tell you more later, is today is Working Naked Day.
Wow.
Like, I wonder who comes up, like, different people come up with stuff, and I can just imagine Yomi
Wow.
in his birthday suit.
No, why are you imagining
Mike.
Yomi?
It's about
In his
time.
birthday suit. No, am I supposed to think of yours?
Yes, indeed. And let's take the news now. My name is Yomi Owokwe. In Lagos, residents of Aboru are still in shock a day after men of the Nigerian police invaded their area in an operation that left a 16-year-old schoolgirl with bullet wounds. Senior correspondent Ivy Kanu visited the area and reports that investigations are already underway to get to the heart of what really happened.
This is Ayo Afolabi area of Aboru. A day before, a 16-year-old girl was hit by a stray bullet in front of the shop. The owner and other eyewitnesses say it was like a scene from a movie.
Before you know, I just had a gunshot, bam. So, before I know it, I just saw a girl on the floor, a schoolgirl, crying, my leg, my leg, my leg. So I went there, called some guys to rescue her, to help her. So I now took her We got a bike. We now went straight to the Saks men where they were standing. Please, you've shot this girl. Is there any way you can be of help to her? Let us carry her to the hospital. They said no.
Family and friends of the shot girl are most concerned about her well-being.
They were at Ikeja till 1 o'clock in the midnight yesterday before they attended to the girl. They said they should go and bring 140,000.
This shop owner was lucky. Another stray bullet missed her by the whiskers.
My show glass was actually here yesterday, and the next thing we saw when I ran outside with my son, we saw this, that the bullet penetrated here and it entered through here.
Motorcycle riders and owners say they are confused on the mission of the officers in the area.
So we are asking if this place is among the place, he asked them to be arresting Okada so that we'll be aware.
He entered my compound, so he broke the machine, so he carried my machine, like 5 machines inside my compound. So
her case was different, as she claims she was stripped naked by the unidentified officers.
There were 9 of them. They descended on me, tore my clothes and beat me up.
This building is one of such that was raided in the area, and motorcycles parked here were carted away by the police officers. Reacting, the Commissioner of Police says all allegations will be thoroughly investigated and those involved brought to book.
Rest assured that you won't be swept under the carpets. That the assurance I'm going to make as a public. And I look at this one now, letting them know if anything happens, any infraction they arise by any of our men, they must not hesitate to bring to my knowledge. And I promise them now, action will be taken immediately.
16-year-old Miriam Shobula has been transferred to a general hospital for proper medical attention. Angered by what happened in Aboru, motorcycle riders stormed Iyanokpaja, burning tires and also attacking police officers and LASMA officials here. We also told that one of their vehicles was set ablaze. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
Well, that's it on the news updates for this hour.
Welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Shehu is in charge today.
Spice.
Yes, so. And we cannot wait for today's breakfast. Hey, I don't even know where to start.
Like I said,
in fact, what's your thing talent? Without even tasting anything. Okay, so what are we making for breakfast?
Okay, like I said earlier on, we are making Asaru Continental with Iru sauce.
With Iru sauce. Okay, yes. Let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making here, sir?
So, right here we have yam.
Okay.
We have potted gourd, popularly known as ugu.
Okay.
We have palm oil, vegetable oil, fresh pepper, stock cube.
What's inside this? Tomatoes?
Yes, habanero pepper,
okay.
onions.
Okay, okay.
We have stock fish here. We have stock cube, salt to taste. And
Carrots.
remember I said we are having Asaru
Continental.
I'm sure so many people have not seen where they had mushroom.
It's the mushroom that shocked me too.
So
mushroom in pottage.
Yes, we have mushroom, we have hot dog, we have carrots, and the masterpiece, we have Iru, because without Iru, your sauce is not complete.
Wait, okay, these are for the sauce?
Yeah, for the sauce.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was thinking all of this will still go into the yam. Now, wow. But these are for the sauce, separate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and then of course we have spring onions.
Yes, and the plantain will also be going into the yam to make the porridge.
Okay, okay. I can always substitute yam for sweet potato, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let's get started. What's the first thing we're doing?
Okay, the first thing we're doing, we're going to put the pot
on fire.
On the fire.
Bam. I like that. So, water.
Water.
Okay.
Just a little bit of water.
A little bit of water?
Yes.
Really? Yes. I'd have thought being that we're making Asaru, you know, we'll still have to grind it later.
Yes, definitely.
So we can add water later?
Yes, we can add a little water later.
Okay. Okay.
So, in goes the yam.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and then we salt it?
No, the pepper.
We're not only, okay, we're adding pepper. Oh, it's cooked with the pepper?
Yes.
Okay, great. Great. So, pepper. All of the pepper, or
Yes,
some
all
will
of-
still go into the
all,
Iru sauce?
all of a bit of the pepper.
Will go to the Iru sauce?
Yes.
Top. Okay. That's it. Palm oil now or
Nope.
later?
No, that's at the later stage.
At the later stage, okay.
A
So
little-
pepper even goes in before salt?
Yes. A little bit of salt to taste.
Ah. If I'm the type who likes to add sugar, is it all right with this meal?
Mm,
Sugar
yeah.
and yam?
See, we will be adding plantain to it, so that gives it the sweetness. But when you are not adding plantain to your porridge, you can as well add sugar.
Okay.
And some people don't like it with sugar.
Of course not.
Because yam itself has sugar in it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that does it. We are now going to let
no,
it cook.
just one more thing.
One more thing. Oh, seasoning cubes.
Yes.
Oh, because of the pepper.
Yes, please.
How many of those cubes are going in?
Just one is okay.
One is okay. Okay, okay. So we're going to allow it to cook.
Yes.
And when we come back, we'll definitely show folks how the Iru sauce will be made.
Yes, definitely.
Okay? All right then. We have to go for yet another performance, our second performance this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. And I know for sure that TT is on standby for that.
Yes, I am. Now with us we have Obinna Ewulu, also called 98. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
98. He's an Afrobeat singer, songwriter, music producer, and much more. He's fondly called Alte, right?
Yeah,
Alte.
yeah.
What does that mean, though? Alte singer, what does that mean?
Well, it's like the combination of retro,
Okay.
vintage,
Okay.
classical, and
All
like
right. All right.
old school, bringing it, infusing it to the new school
You need
sound.
to hold my mic from here. I know you're tall, but this is
Okay.
fine. So yeah, hold my mic from there. So talk to me. Alte one more time.
Yeah, it's like the combination of retro, vintage, classical, and like the old school vibe into the new school.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now he's fusing his own style with his music, and you're performing for us today.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know you're dwarfing me right now. I have to mention this height thing. How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4".
Yeah. 6'4".
Okay. So one would have thought, maybe basketball, but you decided music.
Music. Yeah.
Music?
Yeah, modeling too.
When did this decision happen?
Professionally a year ago.
All right. Good luck with this.
Thank you.
Totori is the name of the track, and we have 98.
Thank you.
Totori my body, then chop my money. Spider-Man, baby, me go climb your body. Baby, what is it to give me now? Cause you got me feeling your soul. Got me losing control. Making me always spending my dough. Oh no, you like it for do me keep
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And now this is the big game. And I'm very excited because of our guest this morning. We have foremost sports journalist, analyst, reporter, producer, and uncle. You know him, Omar Akatuba in the house. It's great to have you, Omar.
It's a very huge,
a number of
huge
you,
pleasure.
Yes, a number of you have seen him in different places, on TV, on radio also. And for the big one, I remember seeing him, he preempted, the one who preempted Ancelotti's sack. I don't know how many of you remember that and all that, but good work you're doing out there in Germany. It's great to have you back in Nigeria here.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So let's get straight to it. Just before we talk about your club, he had a shocker last night. But let's kick off with the Super Eagles jersey. Nike released about 3 jerseys 2 days ago. There was a South Korean jersey, there was a US jersey, but the Nigerian jersey had all the buzz around the world and all of that. And we've been having reactions and comments. What are your thoughts about our new jersey for 2022 World Cup qualification, 2021 games and all of that? What are your thoughts about this jersey?
I think that it's an upgrade of the one that we did in 2018. I think that Nike basically has continued from where they left off. The last one smashed sales record.
Yes,
we had over 3 million pre-orders. Jersey was sold out in less than an hour in London. And of course, Nigeria, the world talked about Nigeria. And of course, Nike has come out with another blockbuster. It's a beautiful jersey. I like the fusion of the Nigerian traditional fabric.
Let's see what he's talking about. That fusion is lovely because
Exactly.
you can see the green, white, green at the same time.
Exactly.
We would see those that clip now of that jersey right now, and you think it's an upgrade on the previous one?
Absolutely, it's more mature actually. I prefer this, and if you look at it critically, you will realize that it's a little bit toned down. I think that the guys at Nike, the creatives, they put in a lot of work into this, and the result is what we're seeing so far. Like I said, it's a beautiful result.
And then they kept with our away jersey, but now they gave it some linings, the sleeves and all of that.
Exactly.
Beautiful, I must say.
Exactly.
Beautiful,
I like it. It reminds me also of what we had in 1994 when Nigeria made our debut at the FIFA World Cup in USA.
Exactly.
That jersey was, I mean, still remains the most beautiful Nigerian jersey I've ever seen. But this, I think, gives it a run for its money.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for those contributions. Get them coming in on social media. Let's see what you think about that new jersey. Then up to yesterday, I was pleasantly shocked because I kind of preempted this one. Copa del Rey. For the first time in 10 years, Real Madrid or Barcelona will not be in the semi-final for Copa del Rey. Both of them lost on the same day. Real Madrid 4-3 against Real Sociedad and Barcelona 1-0 against Athletic Bilbao. Were you expecting anything like this?
Not at all. Not at all. Barcelona, Real Madrid always dominate the Copa del Rey. Barcelona have won it more times than Real Madrid. So it's a big shocker. So the team is depleted. Barcelona traveled to Bilbao with 16 players. And one of the players in Samuel Umtiti had to make his own way. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Had to make his own way to Bilbao because it was made to appear in court over damages to his house.
To his house, exactly.
Costing over 170,000 euros. So you can imagine the kind of mentality, the kind of mindset that they went to Bilbao with. So it's not a surprise. We saw this coming. Barcelona right now is in a very bad state.
There's talk of Lionel Messi has a clause in his contract that will let him leave for free at the end of the season. There's talk now. Man City is up there in the mix. PSG. But Man U came out of nowhere. Do you think Messi can leave Barcelona at the end of the season?
I don't think so. Messi says that he's indebted to this club. This is a club that gave him hope, a club that helped him to survive a very chronic disease. You know, Messi has growth. Anybody would leave, he will be Abida.
No, definitely, I think so. Abida, I mean, coaches have left because of Messi, you know. But looking at it as a case of whereby Ousmane Dembele might never play for Barcelona again because he's out for probably the season. It's about reinforcement. He wanted Neymar. Neymar didn't come. It doesn't seem like if those people are not around, the over-reliance on Messi is causing a problem in Barcelona.
Absolutely, it's beginning to become more glaring. Messi is no longer as influential as he used to be. He's now 32 or 33.
Yes.
And for some players, they say the older the wine, the better the case. Maybe that will be, you know, the same with Messi, but it remains to be seen. However, it is difficult to continue to rely on one player. Messi literally dragged Barcelona last season up till the point they were blown away in Anfield. At some point, one player will not be able to do it alone. But that is why Barcelona made some reinforcement. Injuries haven't helped him as well. Ousmane Dembele and Suarez are key part of this team.
And at the same time, they're just out.
Exactly. So the manager right now has to work. They say that Barcelona is a team that makes every manager successful. But the kind of Barcelona we have right now,
it can kill any manager.
It requires a managerial ingenuity for things to change. And of course, Messi must also play at his very best. Because right now, there's much more reliance on him than ever before.
You are very right. This is not the time when he had Xavi and Iniesta behind him pulling the strings. All right, moving on from that, you spoke about how Barca capitulated against Liverpool and Liverpool. Let's get to the EPL now. Liverpool. Just before we talk about the records and let's talk about I don't want to say past champions. They're still the champions. Mathematically, the title is not away from them. But Manchester City up against Tottenham. Jose Mourinho, smash and grab. 2-0 win. Were you expecting that? Very exciting match. There were some very key points in the match where things happened, but very exciting match. What did you think about Tottenham against Man City last week?
I think, for me, it came as a surprise because Man City, despite not being in their best form this season, you would not expect them to, to lose to Tottenham. But of course, Tottenham has, Mourinho, who is a very big rival of Pep Guardiola.
He is.
So for Mourinho, it was more like winning a trophy. Beating Pep Guardiola means so much to a coach like Mourinho, who currently is not even at the height of his career.
Exactly.
That's exactly why he's coaching Tottenham. The Mourinho, the special one that we know, right now will be coaching the top three teams in England. The fact that his value has dropped, that's why he's gone to Tottenham. Now he has to prove a point again. And winning against Man City is a very big statement. That means he's got all it takes to bring Tottenham back to the very top. And he's doing a good job so far.
Yes,
I
they are 50 on the table. Let's take a look at some of those highlights there. Wonderful, wonderful game, I must say. Man City, do you think, now there's talk of Pep Guardiola maybe jumping ship? Because he's not used to this kind of scenario. I mean, he's 22 points behind Liverpool. This season, they've played 23, 24 matches, and he's 22 points behind. It has never been seen in Europe. This is the first of its kind. What can you say about this Liverpool team?
It is unprecedented, and somehow I'm a bit disappointed at Pep Guardiola. Yeah, but you must give credit to him. The EPL is a very competitive league. I don't like to use the word the most competitive league in the world, but it's a very competitive league. For him to have won it back to back means that he deserves a lot of credit. Because before he came to the EPL, people said, you can't come here and do tiki-taka. This is not La Liga. You can't come here and win. But he blew the league out of the water, won the league title twice.
100 points, 98.
But Pep Jurgen Klopp basically understudied him, looked at his strong points, and then broke his back.
How are they able to maintain such level of excellence over such a period of time?
That's why you must give Jurgen Klopp massive credit, and that's what he's known for. That's his hallmark. We know how he changed minds. We know how he changed Borussia Dortmund. He turned Borussia Dortmund to world beaters. Now he has come to Liverpool. He took over a Liverpool team that was struggling to even compete, favorably in the EPL, and he has turned Liverpool to European champions, World Club champions, EPL champions, and they are doing it in grand fashion. Unbeaten, and they continue to win games. They are unbeaten in Anfield, they are unbeaten in the EPL, and of course, they continue to win.
Do you think they can go the whole season unbeaten?
I don't think so. I don't think they can.
Which matches do you think? Now, their next 3-4 matches, I know I don't see anything beating them, but they have Chelsea, Arsenal, and I think, I can't remember the last team to end the season. Which team do you think? They still have Man City, of course. But by that time, they might have picked the title.
Exactly.
So Man City will probably put up a guard of honor. Which team do you think can take off points from this Liverpool
Man
team?
City.
Man City. I agree with you.
Man City would do anything to get his scalp of Liverpool in the return leg. It's a game of pride. Man City lost to Liverpool in the Champions League, lost to Liverpool in the first leg. They would want to at least get something of Liverpool. If you win the league, let's at least get 3 points off you. At least that will give City and Pep Guardiola some kind of joy. I think that City will be the team to take 3 points of Man City.
Now this is one
of Liverpool.
Okay, so now let's round up with this one. What are your predictions for the final, for the rest of the top 4? The final 3 positions. Chelsea is looking like they might not maintain that 4th position. It's looking like 2nd and 3rd are secure. What do you think? How do you think the table will play out finally?
Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, and Chelsea.
Okay, this is Omar Okatuba talking, and you probably can take this to the bank. I'm a bit on Mourinho's side. Maybe Tottenham can speak up a surprise, but hey, come on. It's football and they don't look like they are consistent enough to get over that. Thank you so much, Omar. It's great having you. Let's hope that before you leave, if you can come in here one more time. It's great having you. All right, thank you so much. That's Omar himself, Ace, a journalist, a reporter, producer, and sports anchor. We'll have to take a break now. There's still much more to come on the show. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Shehu is still performing some magic here.
Yes, sir.
More preps done, interesting stuff going on. Today's breakfast. What is it?
Asaro Continental with
sauce. Hey. Otale. Okay, so he has to have that right now. All right, let's get started. What next are we doing?
So
I know the asaro is cooking.
Yes, definitely.
Asaro, by the way, is also pottage, okay? It's, the ingredients are currently on your screen for the Asaro Continental with Iru sauce. If you're just tuning in, what you should notice that we're making use of salt, garlic, carrots, hot dog, palm oil, plantain, smoked fish, spring onion, yam onions, crayfish, vegetable mushrooms, bell pepper, and red pepper. So those are the ingredients this morning. What are we about to make? The Iru sauce, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So we have the palm oil in the fry pan.
Okay. Are we going to bleach it?
No, it doesn't
Fire
really.
alarm, I beg.
Yeah. we don't really need to bleach it. So followed by the onions.
Okay. Straight in. All right.
So you need to hear that.
It's very important.
It's very important.
Now, you're making use of hot dog, but if I want to make use of sausage instead of hot dog, would it pass? Or it has to be hot dog to get the exact taste of the garnish?
Definitely it will pass.
It will pass?
Yes. You know, food is diverse now.
Exactly.
So
You
everyone
can
has a way of
use
making theirs.
anything. Okay. So
while that fries, the iru
goes in immediately.
Yes, they call it irukpete.
Irukpete.
But this is iru. There's a difference.
Oro
This
is
one
the
stands.
dark one?
Yes.
Okay.
So
But is the brown one that usually looks mashed?
yes.
Okay.
So going in.
Everything?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely everything. That's why we have it as iru sauce.
Okay. All right. So our iru sauce will cook nicely on one side. Are we going to stir it or we'll still leave it like this for a while?
We're going to leave it for a
For
while.
a while like this. Okay. So what next? I know you want to make garnish as well.
Yes.
Are we seasoning this or the iru is fine? The iru does all
Oh,
the
yeah,
magic.
definitely we have to season it.
Okay.
Just
So
a
what are we
little
putting in it?
seasoning. After this, we'll let it fry for some few seconds before we add the pepper in it.
Okay. Oh, the rest of the pepper goes into
Yes,
the
definitely.
iru sauce,
It goes
of
into
course.
the iru sauce.
Okay. All right, so what next?
So while that fries, we have this
Garnish to
the
make.
garnishing. That's where the continental comes up.
Okay, so if you've been wondering, all these things you are showing us is still like normal asaro. This is where the continental comes in. And Chef Shehu is about to show it to us.
So the first step is to add your groundnut oil.
Okay. All right.
So
So these days, there's no need for half cup of this, half cup of that. Depends on what suits you.
Yes.
Because there are some
And-
people that will tell you they are healthy.
Yes.
They don't want so much oil, but you can still achieve the same thing. You were about to say something.
Yes. So in here we have the.
Can we put it here so everyone can see it? We have.
In here we have the hot dog,
Okay.
the mushroom,
Okay.
the carrots.
Okay. So the hot dog, the mushroom, and the carrots.
The carrots.
Okay.
So that will be going into the
Oil.
oil.
So we are frying the carrots.
Yes.
That's
Light
nice.
fry.
Are you serious? Have I ever fried carrots before? I don't think so.
So
Wow.
after that, this will be going in.
Okay.
Spring onions.
Okay.
You see, it's getting more continental.
It's getting more continental. Okay.
So just a little quantity of that.
Okay. Why little? Since we have so much.
Yes, since
Is
we
there
have
a
so
reason
much.
for little? Or the rest are going into the pot?
You know, sometimes I like to be Oliver Twist.
Oliver.
But today, I'm Oli.
Okay. Yeah, only. We are not getting to the bar and
Yeah.
the twist. Okay.
So we stir it a bit. So,
Oh, nice.
so we'll be adding.
Just look at the colors on your screen right now. Amazing, huh?
Very beautiful.
Wow.
Just a little.
Of seasoning, just
Very
one
little,
cube.
yeah. No,
Oh, you're not even going to use all the cube.
yeah, just a little.
And you're not using salt
Because
either.
we have salt in we have seasoning in the porridge.
Okay.
Definitely seasoning will be going to the iru sauce. So we have to limit it. So just a
for
little.
the garnish.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So all of these are more or less like side dishes. We're
Yeah.
putting the iru on the side. We're putting the garnishing on the side as well. Just like it's fried.
Actually, this doesn't look complicated because the viewers might actually think it's complicated.
It looks actually very easy.
You know,
Surprisingly, very easy.
What I try to do is a bit of Western into traditional,
Aha.
infused.
Gang, gang.
They say ojo lepo.
Ah. In fact,
So
today we are here for
I've
Yoruba
taught you
lesson.
to. Otalenu.
Otalenu, ojolepo.
Ojolepo.
Gang, gang. Okay.
So now back to the iru sauce.
Okay, so it's ready for the pepper.
Yes, please. Can you perceive the aroma?
In fact, the iru has taken over.
So the whole sauce goes into it.
Okay.
So we just stir it.
Wow. So for how long are we going to let it cook?
Just 4 minutes.
4 minutes. So
Yes.
it's not something that takes a long time.
Yes.
Is the pepper pre-boiled?
Yeah, it's pre-boiled.
Okay. But if it's not, it is advisable to pre-boil
This
it
is cool.
before. Okay.
Yes, forever.
Okay. Okay.
So we're just going to add a little bit of seasoning.
Okay. So where exactly does this fish go into?
Into the Iru sauce.
Into the Iru sauce.
Yes.
Now, wow.
And little salt to taste.
Ah.
Very little salt.
You know how they say when you put Iru, you don't need seasoning? That was what I was actually thinking you're going to say when I said, are we going to put in seasoning?
Like
for
I said,
Iru itself.
food is diverse. And everyone has an angle to making their food. This is my own angle.
So you put seasoning.
Yes.
Ha! He just wants it to talenu by force.
Yes, obodo talenu. So while that fries, we add the fish into it.
Okay. Sprinkle it in.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look at the garnish. It's coming around nicely. The garnish also has a very nice smell. Like the aroma is nice. Oh boy.
Remember I said otalenu.
Otalenu. Hey, today's breakfast is all gang gang. Hey.
So,
Okay.
my apologies to the viewers that are fasting. I'm not trying to break your fast, but you can actually have this to break your fast later in the evening.
This is what they call medicine after death. Imagine people just minding their own business in their own corner. You still have to drag them into this.
Can you perceive the aroma?
We can perceive it. Over perceive.
3 in 1.
See, it does look like so many people are not going to wait till the end of the show today to have breakfast. So whatever is left, we'll definitely show you. But I promise I'm going to make sure it is served so people don't finish everything. So you get to have a look at it. All right? We're heading straight to the garden for fashion now with House of Irawo. And I know Titi is on standby for that.
And we're in the garden once again on a Friday. And if you know this show well, you know it's all about the fashion. And we have 2 amazing fashionistas with us talking about Abby and Dola Ikomi, also known as House of Irawo.
Thank you.
And they look amazing together.
Thank you.
And it might interest you to note that this is a mother and daughter combo.
Yes, it is.
Tag team
Yes.
of
yes,
life.
Yes, that's sweet.
I need to talk about what you're wearing right now. Talk to us a little about this. Yeah,
So we're wearing a piece from our Ojo Olakpe laser cut.
Okay.
Let me tell you, this is our own fabric. We made everything, all this that you see is made in our factory.
Beautiful.
It is amazing. It's handmade and machine made. Exclusive to us.
And you have put it into 2 different styles here. And
Yes.
I can see that you've taken it all the way to the floor. And she has one that is cut a little shorter.
Yes.
You know, so this is maybe for someone younger? Is that
Yes, this would definitely be for someone who's young, who wants to maybe show a little bit of skin, doesn't really want something too long, and then, you know, for my mother, something a bit more elegant, but obviously still very beautiful.
All right. Speaking of beautiful, we have so many amazing models. First one is stepping through right now. Okay. Now she looks stunning.
Thank you.
Tell us about this piece, please.
Well, she's wearing a piece from our Tada collection. This is an Ankara piece.
Okay.
We mix it. You can see there's about 4 different Ankara to this.
Okay.
This you can wear, you know, during the day if you want to be all flashy. And can you please turn around?
Yeah.
And you can also, you know, wear it for dinner. You know,
All
this
right.
is Valentine's, so this is an ideal.
Exactly. I would definitely say, you know, if this is for a lady also who maybe works in the corporate world and, you know, has to leave from work to go to her Valentine's date, that would definitely be a great look.
Yes.
I'm loving the look that is coming up to us
Me
right
too.
now.
It's a personal favorite.
Tell us about this look.
Now, also, this look is from our Tada collection. As you can see, the delicate, intricate beading on it, you know, the fabric is amazing. It clings to the body. This is strictly, maybe you have a wedding. This is ideal for a nice wedding.
If you're a wedding guest,
Yes.
next week Saturday, you know what to wear.
You know where to come to.
I love the way this slit is.
Yes.
What do you call this? An isometric cut?
Yes, it is.
Beautiful.
And then also to just show a little bit of skin, you know,
All right
without
then.
being too all over the place. And
All
it's totally beaded.
right.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now,
Lovely.
as looks go, I'm loving that. I've never seen that before.
Oh, thank
I've
you.
never seen this either. Tell me about this, please.
One of our personal, you know, favorites. This
Okay.
is also from that same collection. As you can see, what we thought of, you know, like you can wear a dress and you can also, you know, jazz it up. It's beautifully well beaded. These are also handmade by us.
Okay.
Everything in there is nice
Hand
and-
beaded.
Hand beaded, yes.
Please
This is-
tell me, as she turns around, how long it would take me to have this produced?
This will take about maybe 10 days to 12 days.
Wow.
Yes, because of the beading and all that.
Please tell me this comes in other colors.
Oh, definitely. Once you have chosen the design, we can make it for you in other fabrics.
Speaking of colors, I can see you like to take risks with your colors.
Oh, yes, we do.
Black and yellow.
Yes.
Let's talk about this one.
Yes, we just wanted something that's very striking. You know, when they see you, they know, okay, who is that girl coming? As you can see, it has fringes all over. It's a dress. Also very ideal for a wedding. You know, the fabric is unique to us as well.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, now we still have quite a lot of looks to show here.
Yes.
This looks like the Iran Buba inspired this. Tell me about it.
Now, let me tell you, this is all Ankara. We made this into like an Ankara lace from our Ojolakwe laser cuts. This is all made by us. I mean, you have that when you want to be elegant in a traditional kind of way.
Yes.
For that Yoruba feel, you know, this is what it is.
Wow.
Wedding.
Yes.
I'm loving it. I love the laser cut.
And then the beads on it as well.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Speaking of laser cuts,
Yay.
now this
Laser
is
cut heaven.
special.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you want to wow them? You have an event, you know, or it's your event, maybe a milestone birthday party
50th,
or
60th.
Yes. Or you just want to create a stare at a wedding.
Beautiful.
This is what you do. It's all laser cut and made by us as well.
And fully beaded
All
as well.
right.
Fully
So
beaded front and back.
I need her to step away quickly because this one has to be the showstopper.
Yes.
Showstopper.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
So you
Thank you.
made all this fabric yourself?
No, this fabric, we acquired this fabric.
Okay, beautiful.
But this one, they, wanted to have that hijab look,
All
for that northern infusion,
All right.
So just to get everything together. So
Doesn't she look
now,
lovely?
House
She
of
looks lovely.
Irawo has
Yes.
done it again.
Thank
An
you.
amazing collection here.
Thank you.
The Ojolakme collection, I personally feel like I need one or two in my
Thank
my
you.
wardrobe.
We'd love to have you in one.
Yeah, we'd love to bless you with one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Woo.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I am going to be asking loads of questions about this. If you have questions, go to our pages and use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Check them out online, House of Irawo. I have to say, we have so much more coming up on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us. It's Friday and it's been a morning of music, movies, sports, fashion, and we still have much more to come.
Yeah, 2 hours gone by, and the next hour or so is going to be really, really nice. We have a lot more to share with you on the show.
Welcome to the third hour of the show. If you're just joining us, you probably caught the love bug by now. The air is filled with love.
Yes, indeed.
Even Yomi is wearing red.
Not for that reason.
Why? Are you sure?
You have the chance to meet someone special through a blind date on the show, and all you have to do is send in your name, location, age, and photograph. Send it to us as a DM on any of our social media platforms,
Yes,
Instagram, Twitter especially, but you can do it on Facebook as well. You would also need to mention 3 love totems that have been talked about on the show so far today. And
yesterday?
And yesterday as well.
Yeah,
So we
of
spoke
course.
about some love totems yesterday. Totems mean symbols, like, maybe we should just say
Symbols.
love
Symbols
symbols.
of love.
Symbols of love, especially, exactly. So, yeah. So mention 3 symbols of love that have been talked about on the show, and also the details that we asked for, and send it to us on social media.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Oki. Get online, stream with us live right now on tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook.
At TVC Connect, you can connect with us as well with your comments with our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
And from anywhere around the world, you can watch us on the TVC Connect app, which you can download on your mobile device anytime.
So we have something special happening in the kitchen. Oh, the smell.
Some porridge.
God,
Look at that.
Look at that.
I'm deliberately keeping as far away as possible. The temptation is just too much. You see that pottage? It's almost ready. Take a look at this. This is what we're going to be garnishing with. It's carrots, hot dog, mushrooms, and then we have the Iru sauce over there. Titi. In fact, I don't know. Today's breakfast,
Yes, so.
We're all looking forward
this one is
to it.
Elemi Meta.
You're forgetting something.
Oh, Otalenu. What's the second word again? Ojole. Otalenu.
All right, for the rest of the highlights for this morning,
Yeah.
we have the veteran
Yes,
himself, the one and only Charlie Boy, a.k.a. Area Father, is joining us on this couch.
And we cannot wait.
That's the main man, Charlie Boy.
It is.
Right there.
And of course, it's game day.
Yeah, let's not forget.
But we have to take the news update right now.
Yomi has that.
Yeah, now we'll begin the news this hour with the report of another bank robbery that took place in Ile-Oluji, part of Ondo State on Thursday and left at least 4 persons dead. The armed men used dynamite to gain entrance into the Old Generation Bank at about 4 p.m. Though the state police is yet to confirm the exact number of casualties, the spokesman says police have been deployed to the scene of the incident. Local hunters are also on the trail of the robbers. Less than 24 hours after a counter-terrorism operation in Kuduru Forest of Kaduna State, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has deployed a team of investigators from the force headquarters to look into the criminal enterprise of the group of bandits and their associates. Earlier in the week, police carried out a raid at the forest where a most wanted kidnapper and other bandits commander were part of over 200 bandits that were killed. The police had reported that a helicopter which was shot at by the bandits was safely returned to base while the injured pilot is responding to treatment. In spite of the successes of the operation, one Inspector Mohammed Abubakar attached to the police special forces regrettably died as a result of injuries sustained in the heat of combat. 13 other officers made up of 2 superintendents, 1 deputy superintendent, 4 inspectors, and 6 sergeants, including the pilot and co-pilot of the police helicopter, sustained different degrees of injuries and are currently receiving treatment. The IGP described the fallen officer as one of the finest specially trained personnel in the police force. He urged citizens living in and around Birnin-Gwari axis of Kaduna State to be on the lookout for fleeing bandits, especially those with bullet wounds, and report every suspicious behavior to the police. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari will today depart to attend the 33rd ordinary session of the heads of state and government of the African Union in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. This was contained in a press statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. He said the president will join leaders from the 55 member countries of the African Union to participate in the summit with the theme, Silencing the Guns, creating conducive conditions for Africa's development. President Buhari will also attend the 29th Forum of Heads of State and Government of participating states of the African Peer Review Mechanism meeting. He's expected back in Abuja next Wednesday. And to China now, where we can confirm that the whistleblower on the new coronavirus, Dr. Li Weiliang, is dead. The Wuhan Central Hospital gave the confirmation following a series of conflicting statements about his condition from the hospital and Chinese state media outlets. Earlier on Thursday, several state media outlets had reported Li's death, following which Chinese social media erupted in profound grief and anger. Hours of confusion followed, with Wuhan Central Hospital releasing a statement saying Li was still alive and in critical condition, adding that they were making attempts to resuscitate him. Over to the U.S. now, where U.S. President Donald Trump celebrated his acquittal on impeachment charges in a speech that drew on White House pomp to underscore the fact that he remained in office. He re-aired old grievances and accused Democrats of staging a corrupt effort to undermine his presidency. The Republican-controlled Senate on Wednesday voted to acquit Trump on charges brought by Democratic-led House of Representatives, only the 3rd time in U.S. history that a president has been impeached.
It's a celebration because we have something that just worked out. I mean, it worked out. We went through hell unfairly, did nothing wrong, I've done things wrong in my life, I will admit. Not purposely, but I've done things wrong. But this is what the end result is.
Well, that's it on the news update for Wake Up Nigeria this morning. We're gonna break. Welcome back. Now, we made you a promise at the beginning of the show. We told you somebody very special was going to be in the building, and he's here right now with us.
None other than Charles Chukwuemeka Oputa is here. Now, he's a Nigerian singer, songwriter, presenter, publisher, producer, and one of the most controversial and influential entertainers in Nigeria. Now, he's best known.
He was trending when trends were not trends.
A thing.
Yeah.
He used to trend for his alternative lifestyle. And in fact, he's considered the all-round bad guy when it comes to what we do in this industry, the entertainment industry. We really look up to him as a veteran, and his name is Charlie Ball.
Drum roll. Amazing. He's joining us on the show today. One of the things that we didn't mention also is that when it comes to rights of people, whether they're artists, whether they're the average Nigerian, he stands for their rights. He's a no-nonsense guy. And he would tell you his mind. And
yes,
he's joining us, this
speaking of talking his mind, there's something that's on the mind of many different Nigerians now, especially in Lagos, and you've always been called the area father. So we have to get your opinion on this Okada ban and how it affects the people.
I think it's already out there, you know, that I do support the ban. Oh, wow. You know, yeah. A lot of people may think, oh, that's a twist, you know, because for the past 25 years, I fought for them, I agitated for their rights, you know, and so on and so forth. But like I said in one of my write-ups, the people I'm seeing now, they are not my boys, so I don't know them, and they don't know me, you know, and there seem to be a lot of funny people from funny places that are taking over the business, you know. So, and in these days where there are a lot of lapses, security lapses, you know, people ain't doing their job like they're supposed to do. So it's something worrisome because I don't know where the heck these people are all coming from.
Because these were not the original guys that
no,
you knew.
No.
5-10 years ago.
I see a lot of strange faces, and believe me, I've seen thousands of them. You know, I know almost half of them by name. You know, that's how tight I am with that community. You know, at the time people thought I was the president of all the Okada people in Nigeria, but no, I was just their friend. Yeah. So yes, I support the ban. Since we haven't managed to figure out our security stuff, you know, everybody's feeling so unsafe. You know, and what is that?
That's amazing, and I think it's also very good that at least you're giving us this take on this particular very burning issue that is happening right now. But anyway, to lighter stuff, I can safely say that you have a 40-year career, thereabout, 35 years.
Just as long as I've been married to my wife.
That's absolutely amazing. And for every generation, it seems like you've continued to evolve and just adapt to what's happening. You know, back in the 80s when we knew you, you were a different kind of person. Your leather jackets and your crazy videos and you know the punk thing going on.
Look.
Exactly, going on at the time. And then you reinvented yourself in the 90s. In the late 90s, you had your TV show, which was really, really popular before, you know, all these probably new shows that we're seeing now came about. So you were also someone who sort of had this way of being ahead of the curve when it came to bringing culture and all of that. What used to go on in your mind when you looked at the country and you were thinking, what's the next thing I'm going to do?
I don't know. I mean, to start to dissect what's going on in my mind. That's a challenge to even me, you know. But no, because I see a lot of people. I see a lot of creative, talented people. So, and I like people who are, one, hardworking, young people who are hardworking, who are creative. And because I'm friendly, because I'm a normal person. I know the Chris like people think. Yeah. So because they're always in my face. So I can never run dry of creating things, because from them too I draw inspiration. Okay, I know a lot of people have passed through my hands. Charlie Boy University, the TV stuff. You know, that was the stepping stone for a lot of comedians, including your great Ali Baba.
Yes.
You understand? You know, and but because you know, you see, life is like a school. You know, for me, I could take an idea from a 3-year-old if I think they're bringing something to the table, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Let's, you know. So, because the brand is also a youthful brand, you know, and my main constituency is the young people. So I can never age. I'm a phoenix. I can't go.
I was actually going to say something like that, you look almost exactly the way I remember you from the TV show. And I say that making comparison to the type of cameras that were being used back then, the type of lighting, the type of sets. And you sort of had your way of making it light and energetic and fun. That process, could you take us through the process of maybe one of your episodes of the Charlie Boy Show?
Well, you see, like I said, in those days I had a lot of students, and we all used to sit down and, you know, talk about what we're going to do next, how we're going to wow the people, you know. And yeah, that was a stepping stone for a lot of people, you know. And because I've told you how, you know, I get attracted to very creative people, you know. These are people with a whole lot of talents wanting to come out. So we would sit. I mean, that show was my life in those days. I mean, I look forward to seeing all the different characters handling the different segments. And because our meeting, our coming together to plan a show or write some script, it was very powerful for me in those days. And for me, it was another avenue to once again learn new stuff. They thought I was teaching them stuff, but they didn't know that I was learning from them too.
That's amazing. You know? That's amazing. I think we are going to take a break, and in part 2, after this break, we're going to find out whether Charlie Boy still lives at Charlie Boy bus stop. After the
Welcome back. We have with us the one, the only Charlie Boy.
And we're asking him a question earlier on about the Charlie Boy bus stop. Like, everybody knows the Charlie Boy. Like, people who don't know Charlie Boy. Maybe they grew up, maybe they were born in the last 10 or 15 years. So I'm going to Charlie Boy bus stop. And, they don't even know who. The reason why. So do you still live in that area in Bagada?
No, I moved out since 15, 16 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved, but the bus stop's
still there.
There's
It was
another
named
one
after
in Abuja, there's one in Port Harcourt,
Wow.
there's one in my village.
Wow.
Amazing. Talk about making a mark.
I remember when I first came to Lagos, this was way back in the 90s, my uncle would say, oh, that's Charlie Boy's house.
I don't think it's a house anymore.
It's a bank now.
It's a bank now.
That's Charlie Boy's house. It just points across the road.
But speaking of being of influence, I wanted to touch on P-Man. And the fact that, you know, Yomi was saying something earlier. He said P-Man was such a force back in the day. And it does feel like the music industry has sort of evolved. But do you believe PMAN should still be playing a strong role in regulating? And
of course, that's the only supposedly musician body association that is supposed to get all of us together. You know, that's the only one we have. But unfortunately, you know, just like every other thing in Nigeria, everywhere na poto poto, things don't bafuka. The people are fake. You see, I've been able to hold my own because whatever I did, whatever I put my John Hancock to, I'm associated with, everything comes from the bottom of my heart. I wasn't doing it because of one thing or the other, because that's something that has to be done. And I enjoy my work, yeah? So, but when you have people who are coming from a different perspective, they just need that title to go do one hustle, it never really pans out that way. I came to PMAN because I wanted to, I mean, I was amazed with the kind of talents that, you know, we had. And I think in a whole lot of ways, and that's why I fought the corporate body. If you remember, you know, I was put away for almost a month in the cell because I said, you guys have to respect us.
Yeah.
Because at the time there was this influx of foreign artists coming to Nigeria, disrespecting our people. And even at that time, you know, we that came early into this business, it wasn't really for money, but it's called show business. We missed the part of the business, but we saw to it that we instigated the big money, the respect. I mean, I remember it was in my time that, you know, there was this first contract with an international artist and our local artist.
Yeah.
It was during my reign also that, you know, before it was 20% local content and 80% foreign content. You know, I mean, where do we go with that? So I saw to it that Nigerian music was 80% done, 20%.
And it all changed.
Yeah. And that was when everything changed.
Beautiful.
So you see, when you come into something, you decide whether not just to come, you know, you just want to make some small change or you just want to use it and do other stuff, you know. But for me, you know, but that was a lot of sacrifice because I spent my own money as a PMAN president, even though I just wanted one term alone. I didn't go for a second term because it drained me.
Wow.
I must have spent in those days over 40 million naira to run it, to do things. That was why it was like PMAN was everywhere.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Speaking of investments, you know, there are quite a lot of young people right now that are, they call them the up and comings. But then there are some that are making really big waves. And people are investing in them as well.
Yeah,
But
well, you know, it has all changed since my time, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy the fact that we have more respect. You know, I mean, you know, guys are on Grammy, Emmy Awards and all of that, so that's a big leap. I would have wished that the industry was a lot more organized, you know, to be able to help those up-and-coming artists to do much better than they're doing now. Yeah.
That's really good. You know, it's such an honor to have you on the show. Hopefully, we're still going to be trying to squeeze in one or two other questions in there. I don't know if our performance is ready.
I'm not sure. But I have a feeling Charlie Boy has something coming up very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.
What's in the pipeline for the area father?
You know, as usual, I've worked with some of the best in the industry. I've learned quite a lot with them. I've had great fun. In the next 2 weeks, my new song is dropping.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And,
finally.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
I'm coming back to the scene, you know, to take my own lane and stay in my own lane, you know. And I work with very, you know, talented Nigerian artists. I'm happy about that. I did a collabo with Fowles, the bad guy. And he's somebody I like so much, I respect so much. He's a fun guy to be with. I worked with the likes of Orisha Femi, you know. With me and Fowles, we did, we're talking about the God of Men.
The God
all
of Men.
those fake pastors.
Okay.
Fake.
Okay. Emphasis on fake.
Yes. There are a lot of fake people around, you know. And,
So you're going to bring it out, that body of work, in the next 2 weeks?
Yes, in the next 2 weeks, yeah.
Wow,
We're going to be looking out for
looking
that.
forward to it. Videos as well are going to be coming
forward to
out.
that now. And for the fans in Lagos, I've moved closer to home. This seems to be my home. I've moved back. I see myself moving back.
You felt like you abandoned us, you know. Okay, you're back now.
So we need to encourage you to come back to Wake Up Nigeria to perform one of these new tracks soon enough.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'll be delighted.
And of course, to encourage you further, we're going to give you something to taste today in the kitchen. Please, let's
What's that?
go to the kitchen. The chef.
I'm a veggie.
Oh, please come. Please join us. Please join us anyway.
Just come with you.
We'll see what they did, and we'll let you in on this.
Figure out.
That's right.
Please have a seat over here.
Sit here.
Yes. Hashtag area father.
Yes.
Welcome to the kitchen, Radio Wake Up Nigeria. Today's chef is Chef Sheun, and he's made this fantastic breakfast for us.
Very African.
Very African.
I need to do something.
Okay.
Just hold me first.
You want?
I hold you. Okay.
Hold you.
Okay, now I want to hold area father. Because right from childhood, I've heard a lot about him. I've seen him.
Oh,
He's
wow.
a mentor.
He's a mentor.
Mentor. So, okay.
Come on for road.
You are stopping the bike. Okay, so
talk to us about. He's a vegetarian, so but he's going to tell us about.
So
about
Mary is gonna do the talking though.
Okay, so this is actually Iru sauce.
Oh.
Yes, so it has a lot of interesting things inside. More shaki, edo, but since it's a vegetarian, it's unlikely to look this way. Now this is asaro continental. Apologies for not getting your taste preference. We would have made this purely vegetarian because the mushrooms would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we have hot dog in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But besides that, it's mostly vegetables.
So what went into that, Saru?
We have yam. We have plantain. We have vegetable. That's the ugu. And we also have seasoning and all.
All right. So we are gonna show you.
Yes. You
What
might want
it
to try
looks
the pottage.
Yes,
asaro.
you can try the pottage.
asaro continental.
We're putting it here because the shot is going to focus right here, right
Really?
now. So we need to make sure the food is in the shot.
In the shot.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Look at that
look
color.
at the shot.
Very
Look
nice.
at the shot. Yeah. All right then. Now we've had an amazing week on Wake Up Nigeria, and
Yes,
it's
we have.
been given the best cherry on top having Charlie Boy here with us to wrap it up for the week. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here, sir. It's
for
a
having
great
me.
honor. Look forward to Charlie Boy's music coming out in the next 2 weeks. And right here on the show, we're going to be doing a feature on it as well.
Soon enough. Speaking of music, we have soul singer Tara standing by to give us a live musical performance.
Hi, Tara.
All right. Go ahead.
Winter comes when the leaves fall down. I think about you always. People laugh and people cry. I think about you always. I've been building castles in my head where you're the king and I'm your queen. You go always be Flowers bloom in summer's sun. I think about you always. People die and people grow. I think about you always. As long as seasons change, my heart will always be with you. Till we're old and gray. No matter where you are, you'll be my sunshine in the rain. When we're old and gray. Take care of you, my love. Jati makpade, jati makpade.